should have. If I didn't realize.
All right, everybody. How are you? We are live with our post game wrap up and our look ahead to the other half of the round of 32 tomorrow. As everybody, we kind of find out who are the pretenders and who are the contenders for the national championship. The cream kind of rose to the top today. We didn't have a lot of not a lot of big surprises like we had over the first couple days, as often happens. The excitement of playing in their first one, the adrenaline goes, and all of that, and then all of a sudden, reality strikes. You play probably a much better team, and things all of a sudden don't go nearly as well. So we're taking a look here. We did. Looks like we were 3-0 on our 3-0 on our deep three for today, and we went 1-2 on the premium side. We had the heartbreaker. We had the we had the over in the Kentucky Wofford game, and offenses just could not get it going there in the first half. And then we had Murray State, who just never showed up. Speaking of those Cinderellas where the clock struck midnight, Murray State Racers did not get it done. Florida State is playing very, very good basketball right now. So the big conference teams are kind of doing their thing. And then we had we had the Zags, and they we went very nice 0-3, and I thought we hit one, but we did not. So very nice. I forgot the Zags absolutely shat the bed there in the second half, as a lot of the good teams have done, and we're going to make some adjustments going forward. We're going to start playing some first halves, and by the way, I hope everybody has some teasers out there on some of these picks. So okay, what's that? Oh, it's right now. It's 11:15 Central Time, p.m. So I know somebody was asking what time it is, and
Where are we?
we're Central Zone. Sorry, man, it's 11:15. So if hopefully not keeping anybody up too late. We just wanted to not conflict with the basketball and wait till KU took their beating. So it wasn't a total loss for me as the KU Jayhawks go down in flames. And I want to take this opportunity to apologize about the abrupt end to our big video yesterday. I don't know what happened. We somehow, my computer got wonky. It looked like I still had power, but everything cut. So sorry for splitting that into two picks, into two videos. And of course, it's the time that I tell you the deep three will absolutely be at the end. I'll recap it at the end of the video. And of course, everybody, of course, is excited about that. They probably fast forward to the end of the video and find out it's just me all of a sudden going to black. So very nice. It's it was Cody last night that put it. It ended suddenly, just like K-State's dreams of advancing in the tournament. So, but as a vindictive bastard that I am, as long as KU loses, I'm still going to be okay with that. So let's get rolling, and so we'll do the same thing. We'll do the deep three at the end. We'll recap it. Hopefully, with somewhere around a minute or two left here at the end of the video, and we're going to try to rip through this here as quick as possible. I know you guys got to get up and go to church tomorrow, and so that's I don't want to keep you up too late at night. So let's get ripping right to it, shall we? We're going to start with the Iowa-Tennessee game. Tennessee is -8 on the full game line. You know what? This comes down to with like a lot of these games today. It comes down to who you believe. Usually, the second round is where that glass slipper starts getting a little tight, and the regression to the mean comes into play. The Volunteers, they are a good shooting team, ladies and gentlemen. They shoot nearly 50% from the field, and they shoot 38.7% from downtown. They can shoot the three if they have to. They're not really a three-point shooting team first. But like I said, they can knock them down, but they can also pound it inside. I think the Hawkeyes had a good run, but I think it ends tomorrow against a superior some would say vastly superior Tennessee team, -8. However, we're going to be a little tricky. We're gonna take this as a deep 3, and we're gonna play the first half -4 on the Tennessee Volunteers. We're not going to give them a chance to jack around and screw us in the second half. We're gonna take those Vols to get it done in the first half. Tennessee Volunteers -4. All right, moving on. All right, we got some guys here tonight, and Oregon Ducks looking good, absolutely. John Mint said, finally comments. Have we had problems with the comments, guys? If we have, my apologies. I thought everything had been running pretty good. The weird thing is the comments, when it's live, and we're just kind of learning this on the fly, the comments that we do on the live videos, they go away when the live video is over. So thanks for commenting in the live form here in the live chat. You guys probably know a lot more about YouTube than I do. And if I could get my lovely assistant to hand me my e-smoke over there. I was trying to pantomime off camera, right, for my smoke, and yeah, no good. John Smith, as we've discovered yesterday, not his real name. He likes Auburn, and I did too, man. I like that team. Looked awfully good to me. I've got them going to the championship game in my main bracket. I really liked what they did at the end of the SEC season there, and they are just on fire from downtown. So yes, that's very nice. John Mint says Duke, baby. Hard to argue with the Blue Devils, man. When they've got it going on, they've got those freshmen that are absolutely going to be playing in the league next year. When Duke is doing everything right, it's hard to bet against them. And Karen, once again, it's a big day for you tomorrow, Karen. She says hello to everybody. She's got her UC Irvine Anteaters going tomorrow, and what should be a pretty fun game. We're going to get to that one. So let's do another one here, and then we'll do a couple shout-outs from yesterday. Got the Washington Huskies against the ACC's UNC Tar Heels. Tar Heels -11.5. Hey, I remember this Washington team. They're the same one that won and covered 10 straight to start conference play before they kind of sprung a leak and finished 8-4 straight up, and a dreadful 3-9 over that stretch against the spread. But here's a bigger question. Does it matter? Does it matter even if that team shows up? You know, this is not a good matchup for a Washington Huskies team that got out-rebounded by Utah State 35-29. The Heels, they lead the nation in rebounding. They're 4th in rebounding margin. And you know what? There might be a worse matchup for the Washington Huskies, but I'm not sure who it would be. Maybe one of those teams with Akeem Olajuwon, those Houston teams of the 80s. I don't see it. I think the Huskies are a good team. I just think this is a bad matchup. UNC is going to impose their will inside, and I think that the Tar Heels get there and cover up the 11.5. All right, let's do a couple shout-outs from yesterday. C-Dub had Michigan, and he had the Auburn money line. Very nice. Those cashed comfortably. Miguel Anola had the Mitten State. The three of them. He had Michigan State, and he had under 142 in the Michigan State game. We also had the under there. That was a good play for us. The Black Rogue, he had U of M, which I'm thinking is I'm going to go with Michigan on that one, and MLuff or Mluff. He said, "The hope the refs aren't for your opponent. They are so bad." You know, there has been a lot of really weird refereeing. I didn't want to come on. It was one of the things I noticed in the K-State game. I didn't want to come on with sour grapes and saying, we lost because of the refs. But it was a lot of those games have had a huge disparity in fouls between the two teams. Usually if refs are going to call it tight, they're going to call it tight for both sides, and both sides are going to end up bitching. There has been a lot of disparity, and it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that these are the top referees in the country, but there they are. So I agree, MLuff. I'm with you there. Time Traveler Steve, he had Michigan, and Cody L had the Florida under 132. He had the Kentucky -4.5, and he had the under 142 in that game. Good call, dude. That's and I know that total went up because we got it at 138.5, and people pounded that over, but you waited and you pounced at the right time, and that was very nicely done. And Cody wants to know what the fuck is kombucha, and why would someone drink shit? That is the same question I ask myself every time I see somebody drink kombucha. It is it's not good. And let me know in the comment section if we got anybody that likes kombucha, because I know it's like a hipster drink. So as he gets ready to take a hit off his vape, but no, that's this is how we quit smoking. By the way, this is all I got left. So yeah, kombucha. It's not good, not good at all. All right, so let's move to another great team there in the ACC. We were talking about it earlier. Let's take a look at this matchup between the University of Central Florida Knights and the Dukies. Knights are catching 13 points from the Blue Devils, and neither one of these teams really got challenged in their opener. The Knights handled a pretty damn good VCU team without a lot of problems. They were aided, and this is kind of fun to watch Taco Fall come into his own, because he seems to get better in every game, and he pulled down 17 rebounds against the VCU Rams. Duke, on the other hand, not generally a great three-point shooting team. They were better than they usually are from deep, and they made 8 of 19. However, Central Florida is a much better defensive squad than the undersized North Dakota State Bison. They limited Central Florida limited VCU to just 6 for 26 from downtown, while knocking down three-pointers 9 out of 14. Both of these teams struggle from the line, but generally speaking, the Knights are better from deep, and they have a big man inside, the likes of which, for all of their skill and all the games they played and all the great basketball they played, Duke hasn't really seen anybody like Taco Fall. I don't know that he's going to be single-handedly make the difference, but I'm looking for him to slow him down just enough. This is a very unique team to play, and I think Duke ultimately will prevail in this one, but I think the Knights keep it closer than the spread. I think points are going to be at a premium right here, and I'm going to take UCF plus a 13, and for a premium for a deep three, we're going to make this our second deep three, and we're going to take the under 143. I think points are going to be kind of hard to come by here. I think you're going to have to bang it inside. You're going to have to take a lot of time off the clock to shoot, and I think ultimately that total stays under $143. All right, two of my favorite teams that I had in the tournament that I really expected great things out of. It's a shame they have to play each other. We got Buffalo, Texas Tech. Texas Tech 3.5 point favorite. Who you got in this one? You got the unstoppable force, or you got the immovable object. Buffalo Bulls 4th in the nation in scoring, while Texas Tech is 3rd in the nation in fewest points allowed. We talked on an earlier video about Buffalo's pace of play, and the fact that Tech, they really haven't seen anybody that plays that fast. They haven't seen anybody that plays like Buffalo. The Bulls are 12th in the number of possessions per game in the country, and the closest team to them that the Red Raiders have played is number 26 Duke. And that did not go well for the Red Raiders. They were undefeated as they went into Madison Square Garden there to take on the Duke Blue Devils, and that ended poorly as the Red Raiders ended up losing by 11 and neither winning nor covering the spread. And, of course, they don't see anything like them in conference play at all. The closest Big 12 team to them in pace is West Virginia, and while the Red Raiders did go 2-1 against the Mountaineers, a very bad Mountaineers squad, by the way, they covered that number just one time. I like the Bulls right here. I like the team that is getting it done offensively. I think Texas Tech is going to have their hands full, and I think Buffalo. I don't hate that play as far as the money line goes either. I like the Bulls plus 3.5, and I wouldn't blame you a bit if you took a little shot at the money line. Okay. Here's another game. We're gonna have some fun games tomorrow, man. This is going to be a blast, and I've got the Liberty Flames versus Vatech. You've got the Cinderella team against the team that is all of a sudden starting to play well. And we talked about matchups, and obviously at this point, it's all about the matchup. And this is a bad matchup for the Cinderella team, the Flames. Vatech is a team that can be had, If they play a team that crashes the boards, like Mississippi State would have been. However, Mississippi State got taken out by the Liberty Flames. However, yeah, that's the Liberty. That's not what they do. The Falwellians are an overachieving, scrappy bunch that shoots a lot of threes. They don't hit the boards. They don't have the size. They don't hit the boards. And bad news for them, Vatek allows just 32.8% from distance. Hokies are a good team, and with a healthy Justin Robinson, they may even be a great team. Another team peaking at the right time. I think that the quality prevails here. I like Vatek minus 8.5 against the Liberty Flames. All right, so, and let's go. Phil said, he says, no, why did you kill the live stream so early? Couldn't even reach the recap life goal. Also, as a European, what the hell is kombucha? Okay. So somebody. My lovely assistant, who by the way is wearing her basketball is my boyfriend T-shirt, and I'd like to get her on camera. And I know there's no way she's going to do that, but she made a note for me here that says kombucha. It's actually kombucha. I call it kombucha, but kombucha is a sweet tea fermented with a culture of yeast and bacteria rich in probiotics, the healthy gut bacteria associated with heart health, boosted immunity, and improved digestive health. So, there you go. Not only does it taste horrible, but it's good for you. Then Mark, right after that, said kombucha is like drinking dirty toilet water. Absolutely, Mark. That's what I'm saying. Very, very nice and very well put. Eric T., off the subject of kombucha for a minute, he had the LSU money line. You're a genius, buddy. Don't even get me started on that. That's how I started my day with that game. We were lucky. We got LSU -2. By the way, we went 4-3-1 for the day. I don't know if I did the total record. But yeah, 4-3-1. That was our push. I had it -2. I know at game time it went up to 3. But there was 2 still around late into the morning before that game started. And yeah, just another game where just miss a 3-pointer. That's all you got to do. Just miss one 3-point shot. LSU's up by 3, and they go down. They let them shoot the 3, and of course it goes right in to tie the game. And they win it on the layup at the end. But God, I swear to God, if we could just get one team to miss a fucking 3-pointer in the last minute of the game, I would be ever so happy. So, like I said, guys, not a big fan of the teasers. But we seem to be in the teaser zone, so yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Hammer and Hank, he had Lipscomb today, he had Michigan, and he had Kentucky. Yeah, I guess that UNC Greensboro shit has pretty much come to an end. Lipscomb took care of them. And speaking of Lipscomb, that's the team that Liberty beat in the finals of whatever terrible conference they play in. There's only 36 of them, so. It's on the East Coast somewhere. Is that the Big South? Yeah, nah. It's with Big South is with Radford. I don't know. It's the Liberty Lipscomb Conference. So yeah, Liberty took care of a Lipscomb team that I was high on. We missed that one. So okay, we got some serious comments here. Al Hard, I love that. It could be all hard, which that brings up a visual. He's thinking Tennessee. UCF plus 13, too many points. Yeah, I'm with you, Al. That's what I think. I think Duke takes care of it, but I think that's a lot of points for a UCF team that's playing pretty damn good ball right now. The legendary King said the Hawkeyes win. That's stepping out, my friend. Very nice. Karen C says she's taking a break from betting, but she still likes UC Irvine. Still not over the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, too soon? Too soon? Okay. You know what? We were all Rams fans that day, but it didn't work out. Sorry, I didn't mean to open up old wounds. Good luck to the Anteaters. All right. C-Dub, he thinks Duke covers and flexes, and you know what, C-Dub, I wouldn't bet my life that doesn't happen. Even though I like Central Florida, they're catching some points. If you told me that Duke was going to win by 25, I'd be like, yep, you could absolutely be correct. I'm just making we're all at this point just making our best guesses with the information that we have available. And the Duke certainly has the skills. If UCF goes cold, if Duke shoots from outside, especially, and for God's sakes, if either team can make a free throw, Duke could easily win by 20-25. I ain't hating on you here for that one. Eric A says, what about Virginia Tech total? Opinions? Um, I don't have it in front of me. I don't have a page up. I know it's. I like. I think that's one of those games we talked about before, where if you want to couple it, because I think Virginia Tech wins that game, and I think when they do, I think they do it by just absolutely shutting down Liberty. So yeah, I think that total it stays. And I'm going to guess it's somewhere in the 130 range, 132, something like that. Let me see if I can get my page up here real quick, guys. Sorry about that. I try to shut down everything I can to make sure it'll run as smooth as possible. Let me see here as far as what we've got a total on that one. It'd be nice. It wouldn't take so much time.
46.
It's high.
146 and a half.
146 and a half. That's much higher than I anticipated with Virginia Tech. Yeah, dude.
No, that's Texas Tech.
Oh, okay. Sorry, wrong Tech.
Wait.
Basketball is my boyfriend. Not betting, but Virginia Tech is 124 and a half. Okay, that sounds a lot more like it, because I definitely like the under at in the 140s. Yeah, I don't hate that, dude. Let me see what they've done here. Hey, welcome everybody. It's the dog of the day. I'm going to go through scores and odds and tell everybody what you should pick. Sorry, that's a joke for those of you that get it. Yeah, I like. I just at first glance, I like that. I like that Virginia Tech under quite a bit. Or yeah, now you almost got me doing it. Yeah, they've been scoring some points. Liberty has, but they hung an 80 on Mississippi State. Decent defensive team. Put up 74 against Lipscomb. Which is very hard for me not to go do like a Tim Lincecum thing, call him Lipscomb, but it's not. It's Lipscomb. But again, Virginia Tech, whole different level of beast than that team, and and Virginia Tech's doing their thing. They're scoring in the 60s. They put up 71 and 84 against Miami. But that's not good. They put up 66 against SLU. I think that's a better indication of how that defense. They're very deliberate. They've got a decent offense, but they're not taking many shots early in the shot clock. Yeah, I like the under there. I'll take the under. What do we say? 124 and a half. I gotta get back to the first page. But yeah, that's I'm digging on the under, Eric. Yeah, I got it. 126 is what it looks like it is right now. So yeah, I would jump on that. I think that. My guess is that's going to come down. I don't know. That's Liberty can score, so you could have some Liberty believers out there. It is Sunday, and it is Jerry Falwell's college, so they could be scored. They could be scoring for Jesus. They might have a little bit of a magic touch, a divine intervention, if you will. Apologies to Matthew Sweet. All right, so. Buffalo. John Smith says Buffalo. Yeah, I agree, buddy. The Texas big man is out. Is that actually Texas, or is that Texas Tech? And guys, I'm going to be the first to admit I get mired doing this stuff, and I don't always do. Go back and check the. Okay. So you're talking about the Texas Xavier game, I assume. Oh yeah, dude, he's been. I know he's been in and out. What the hell's that cat's name? Yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. Jackson. Oh, you talking about Jackson Hayes? Yeah. We talked about that when Texas was playing in the Big 12. Are you talking about the really big guy? Their gigantic center. All right, let me know. All right, so that's a good tip, and I appreciate that. If you guys will play the Texas Xavier game, which that might, it ain't going to be a bad game either. There as two teams that kind of underperformed down the stretch. Ricardo G says Texas Tech. All right, brother. James Miles says Duke and Vermont. Another team I like. I like those. Wait a minute. Duke and Vermont. the Catamounts. Now I want to see who they're playing, and I gotta be honest with you guys. I didn't cap all the. No, Vermont played in the first round of the. No, Vermont played Thursday. All right, help me out, James. What sport are they playing in? Are we laying some? Is it hockey season? Help me out with Vermont. I like Duke. That's a team that's playing. Yes, they're going. And Romeo says, "So what's up, my bro? How about them Zags? Oh God, don't even get me started. I played the first half on the Zags, and then they couldn't cover for us. They just couldn't do it. And Bada Boom says, "What up?" Says, "Fuck Kansas." Absolutely. I just everything Jayhawk is no good. So we didn't have to listen to Rock Chalk at the end. Rock Chalk. None of that. I don't have to be in Kansas City next week and put up with a bunch of KU fans. None of that stuff. Kansas, the lines have been so close. Yeah, they have been on a lot of them. They've been very tight. It's a good time to play some teasers out there. And Kent Peace is playing well, going with the big lineup. I don't know which team that is, but yes, okay. And Karen says she's still paying her credit card on the Super Bowl. It was all good to the ball game. Yeah, if you've never had a chance to go to a Super Bowl, do it. Spend the money. It's a once in a lifetime thing, and it's very cool. Even the week leading up to it, and if you enjoy paying $480 a night for a Red Roof Inn or a Super 8, I highly recommend it. But I do recommend it. There's a couple things on my bucket list that are left. Done the World Series or the Super Bowl thing. I've done the Indy 500. I want to do a Kentucky Derby, and I want to see the. I'm not a gigantic NASCAR fan, but I want to see the Bristol night race when they have that there in late June and maybe early August when they do the Food City 500. I want to see. I've seen that. I've been to Bristol. I've seen this. I've seen the stadium. I've seen the track. It looks like a big shot glass, but I've never been inside. I'd like to go see the Bristol night race. Okay, so let's do some more pictures. Let's get at it. I promise you guys we'd get this done. So let's do it. Taking on speaking of Virginia, let's take a look at another Virginia team. By the way, Blacksburg, I think, if I remember right, very close to Bristol. It's up in the same neck of the woods, kind of. You think of Virginia, you don't necessarily think of like moonshine country and shit, but yeah, that's up in shine country there, buddy. Take a look at Oklahoma against Virginia. Virginia is minus 11. And both these teams have been pretty damn good against the spread. In fact, the Cavaliers have the 5th highest percentage of covers at 23-10. I had somebody call me out yesterday, by the way, and my wife told me not to go negative, and I'm going to be nice. But somebody said, "How can I?" So of course they retro capped, which you know how much I love that when they cap it the day after the game's over. But he said, "How could you take Virginia? They've been terrible against the spread. Everybody knows that." Well, as a matter of fact, Virginia's been the 5th best team in the country against the spread, covering at 23-10. Sooners, not too far behind, they've covered 20-10. Trouble is, and this is I will grant the guy this point. Both these teams have been average or below average lately as far as covers go. Cavs have covered 7 of their last 14, so they've been 50% for about a month and a half now. And Oklahoma's been even worse. They've just gone 5-8 against the number in their last 13. For me. The Cavs' defense, as always, it makes a big difference. I don't think teams are used to playing defenses like the Cavaliers. But in Oklahoma's case, they actually have played a couple defenses that are very similar to the Cavs, at least statistically. There's 2 top 5 teams in the Big 12 as far as points allowed. That's K-State and Texas Tech. Oklahoma's played those teams a total of 4 times. Didn't go well. 0-4, and they have not covered the spread in any of those games. I think Virginia. I think they shake off their first game freak out there in the first half that they had when they were down by 14. I think they're focused now. I think they come out and do their thing, and I think they take care of business against the Sooners. Give me the Cavs minus the 11 points. And moving on, I'll do another one of my favorites. Even though it's like dating that girl that you know is wrong for you. They keep abusing me, and I keep coming back. It's Ohio State against the Houston Cougars. Houston laying 5.5. Finally, the Cougars teased us a little bit last time as they finally did what I wanted them to, and they covered. Caleb Wesson, for the Buckeyes. They've actually turned this team's fortunes around. He's had 4 double-doubles since his return from suspension, and Ohio State was able to outlast Iowa State despite shooting just 39.7% from the field. You know what? Against this Houston Cougars team that is number 1 in the country in field goal defense, the Buckeyes may look back at 39.7 very longingly. They beat the Cyclones by out-rebounding by 7 and making their free throws down the stretch. They may make some free throws tomorrow. The Cougars, they're going to bang around on you, and they're going to have some fouls. Teams are going to get to shoot some free throws, but they're probably not going to out-rebound Houston. Those guys come at you from every angle. They hit the boards hard, and they take care of business. It may be close for a little while, but the better team prevails in the end as that Houston defense just wears them down. Give me Houston minus 5.5 right there. And now the game that we that we wanted to talk about with Karen. Before we do that, let's talk about just a couple more shout-outs here. We'll get through them. Borno said he is 7-0 with Lil Scott's picks. And, if you haven't checked it out, I'm going to hit him every time. Scott's Selections over at the Stat Salt page. He is killing it. He does 1 pick a day, and he breaks down the game. I challenge you to find anybody, especially on YouTube, I challenge you to find anybody that breaks down a game better than this guy does. He's young, but he is a fantastic capper, and if you haven't checked him out yet, do yourself a favor. I didn't look at him today. I don't know what he had today. I know he had UC Irvine yesterday, and he's killing it. So 7-0 Borno, absolutely. Check out Scott's Selections on YouTube. Little Taco had Michigan State. He had the Heat, and then the Trailblazers and the Kings, and we've got those late games. We haven't got finals. It wasn't looking good, but maybe we turned it around here since we've been on the air. And he says he's like on a 10-game win streak. Or a 10-day win streak. Nice job, Little Taco. That'll keep you in tacos. Very well done. And Mark Richmond said after LSU couldn't cover, along with a couple of other bad bets, decided to double down on Auburn -2. That's it, baby. Double up to catch up. I like it. Largest bet on a single game to date. And Mark also joins my feeling, rock chalk, fuck Jayhawks. Absolutely. Sergio, when am I doing baseball? When the regular season starts, brother. That's one of my favorites, and I'm going to be doing baseball pretty damn soon. Pretty doggone soon, because we've got the season starting Thursday, I believe. I know that's when the Royals open. So we'll be doing some baseball games this week. My God, is it really baseball season already? Holy mackerel! Time flies, guys. James, the 7'6" guy has to rest, and when he does, Duke goes off. Yeah, that's the bad part about Taco Fall, is. Taco, we're going to call him Big Taco, by the way. We already got Little Taco. We're going to call him Taco Grande. He does have to, he ain't out there banging for 30 or 35 minutes. I haven't checked his minutes, but I would guess, just anecdotally watching him, I bet he's probably playing 20, maybe 20, 22, something like that. So, and that's very possible. While the cat's away, the mice will play. So, that's why I said it's... I took UCF there, but a big Duke victory, it wouldn't freak me out. C-Dub said Liberty's top scorer had a bad game and they still won. Yeah, that's absolutely right. He was not good. So I don't. The bad part is I just don't see that getting. I just don't see that getting any better against Vatek. It's a team that plays great defense, man. I just, he may individually be a little better, but I just don't see it. It's a step up. It's a couple steps up in weight class. So we'll see what happens. Stu Pease is getting ready for another long Royals season. We celebrate every 30 years. We'll be 90 next time. Stu, I got another Royals fan out there. Very nice, brother. And I wouldn't doubt it. Because he's got the mentality of the Royals fans, like, well, fuck, we've got to wait another 30 years. Hey, good news, Stu. We just signed Lucas Duda, so that's great news. Him of the 240 average and the 740 OPS that we traded last year, he's come back like a bad penny. So, yippee! Oh, God. I'll be spending a lot of time railing on the Royals, so you guys get ready for that. Joe C says NCAA women's. I'll tell you what, Joe. I know a lot of cats that make a lot of money on the NCAA women's. We've got some guys at Winners and Whiners, in fact, that do a lot of NCAA women pick, and I like watching women's basketball. And I'll tell you why. It's because they execute the fundamentals correctly. It's like watching basketball before it was taken over by giants. I like to see women that play. I like to see when the game they play good defense. They shoot correctly. They pass the ball. They do the little things right. It's fun to watch, and I know people are starting to bet it. So yeah, 10 years ago I would have made fun of anybody. I would have called them a degen if they were betting women's basketball. But it has come a long way, and yeah, absolutely. And I know UConn. I'll tell you what I do know about women's basketball. I know they didn't get a number 1 seed for the first time in, I think, 160 years. That could be wrong, but I think it's just right around that. They're a number 2 seed. TJ in Culloden. I said his daughter cheered for KU. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I've got a cheerleader daughter too, so I'm gonna have to tip my cap to you. It's a lot of fun, and I never pictured myself as a K-State fan before my son started playing in the band there. So she cheered there from 2011 to 2014. Was that the national championship when they hit the 3-pointer at the buzzer? Okay, was that 2012? I don't know, man. No, that was before that. That was like 2007, 2008. But yeah, very cool. And Allen Fieldhouse is a great place. Again, I would reluctantly tip my cap to KU. If you've never seen a game there, if you're anywhere in the Midwest, go see a game at Allen Fieldhouse. It is an environment like no other place. The exception may be Cameron. Cameron's awfully cool too, but yeah, KU is very neat. Congratulations, TJ. And my son has a twin. She's a cheerleader at an NAI school. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's Graceland, and they won the national championship last year for the NAIA Division I in Kansas City on a 3-point buzzer beater in overtime. And she was sitting right underneath the basket as the ball went in to win the national championship. So it was probably the most exciting sporting moment that I've ever seen in person. And it was just cool as shit because the team, they weren't great, but they went on the run at the right time. They won the conference tournament, and it's good time. So tip of the cap to you and your Rock Chalk daughter. That's very, very cool, man. All right, Karen, we're gonna take a look at the Anteaters as the UC Irvine Anteaters take on the Oregon Ducks. And, I'm going to be honest with you, I like both of these teams a lot. I really do. I kind of wish that they, number one, I wish UC Irvine would have been seeded correctly. That's a hell of a good 13 seed all the way. The Anteaters, they're a top 10 team in rebounding margin. And weirdly enough, they got out-rebounded by a K-State team that didn't have Dean Wade. But they made up for it by doing their things that they usually do, like playing solid defense, and they shot almost 40% from downtown, and they made their free throws down the stretch when it mattered, and they were able to put the Wildcats away, especially after Barry Brown inexplicably threw the pass away 3 points down there with about 10 seconds left. Barry, I love you, but come on, buddy. All right, so now they get a team that is pretty much the polar opposite of the Wildcats, where the Wildcats are a very deliberate half-court grind team. The Ducks, they will put the pressure on a defense constantly. They'll pass. They make the extra pass. They look to press whatever they can offensively and put pressure on what we've talked about before. The number one 2-point shooting defense in the country belongs to the UC Irvine Anteaters. The Ducks, after struggling a little bit in their first game against Arizona State, they stepped on the gas and pulled away from against Wisconsin against the Wisconsin team, and they held the Cheddarheads to just 6 of 30 shooting from beyond the arc. And if the Anteaters can shoot a little better than that, and they can still do their thing defensively, they could actually win this one straight up. But as it is, I think they're going to be in it right till the end. And again, these are two teams I think that are playing well enough right now to be in the legit Elite 8 conversation. But of course, that's not going to happen. We've got this matchup tomorrow in the round of 32. Give me UC Irvine plus the points. I think it's a close game, and unless it turns into the Ducks making the free throws at the end, which is always a possibility, like a 2-point goes to a 5-point, and they get the backdoor at the end, I'm going to hang my hat on the UC Irvine Anteaters to cover the 4.5 points with a small lean. All right, so very good, guys. This is this has been fun. This is fun doing the live stuff here. I'm going to recap the Deep 3 for everybody. For those of you that don't have time to watch 45 minutes or so of me yakking, we took the Tennessee Volunteers first half -4. We got on the UCF Duke under 143. And our last pick from the Deep 3 was the Virginia Cavaliers to take care of the Oklahoma Sooners and cover that number by the 11 points. All right, guys, it's been a lot of fun. We're going to be back to doing the regular Deep 3 tomorrow. We'll be firing up the old baseball machine, and yeah, it's going to be a blast. So until then, you guys take care. Good luck to everybody tomorrow. I hope everybody kills it. Hope you do a great job. As always, thanks for being the best commenters in the world. Check out Scott's Selections if you haven't done so. Do yourself a favor, get over there, and I'm gonna plug a brother there from Winners and Winers and Stats. So get over and check Scott out. All right, you guys have a great night. Sleep fast. We're going back out of here in about 11 hours. All right, so you guys take care, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.